Okay, stats family. This was the last question in the presentation we didn't get to because we were dealing with all kinds of fun tech issues, which is totally fine. I love them. They actually make the class a little bit more interesting and robust as we're all kind of making sense of this together. It tends to slow things down and lets things kind of wash over us. So, but anyway, I do want to make sure we understand how to do this. So this is my Wordle score distribution, and if you look at it, there are 6 data values. I either get Wordle in 1, or I could get Wordle in 1. I haven't yet. I could get Wordle in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So at first, you might think, well, that means that there are 6 data values. But the problem with thinking that way is there are actually way more than 6 data values, because those data values, the bar heights indicate how many of them there are. So one way you can go about this, turn this a little bit. My other camera's not working, so I apologize. We have to use my phone. One way you can go about this is, well, you can use the average, right? You can just add up all the data points and divide by how many there are. So there's no ones. There are, looks like 10 twos. So you go 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 twos. And then there are 111? So I go plus 3, plus 3, plus, and hopefully at this point you're going, Sean, stop, please stop with that ridiculous stuff. Because if you've got 10 twos, why go 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 when you could just go 2 times 10? Because that's why we invented multiplication in the first place. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put number of lines. I'm going to make a little table here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the actual data, right, in the distribution. I'll get a little closer so you can see it better. There we go. Okay, now we also going to have a frequency column, which is going to tell us how many of each of those there are. So there are no ones. There were 10 twos, 111 threes. Let me go back and look over here. Looks like 198 fours, 125 fives, and 44 sixes. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I need a calculator. This is hilarious. I don't ever use calculators anymore, but I found this old Brookstone ruler that somebody gave me half my life ago that has a solar-powered calculator on it. So, anyway, one more column. Lines times frequency. And what this is going to do is it's going to get us to adding all the data up without having to actually add all the data. Okay, so 1 times 0 is just going to be 0 because I didn't have any ones. 2 times 10 is 20. That would be like adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 and so forth. 3 times 111 is 333. Great song, by the way. 4 times 198 is going to be 800 minus 8. So that's going to be 792. Okay. 5 times 125 is going to be, it's 250, 500, 625. And 6 times 44, 24 carry the 2, 264. I guess I didn't need a calculator. Well, I'm going to need a calculator here to add these things up, I guess. Maybe I don't. I'm going to need the calculator to divide is what I'm going to need. Okay, so, make sure I did that right. 264. Okay, so now, I know I have 20 total lines because of the 2 guest days. I have 333 total lines because of the 3 guest days. I have 792 total lines because of the 4 guest days and so forth and so on. So how many total lines do I have? I am going to use the calculator for this. I have 2,034 total lines. So that is what I would get if I added up all of the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, and with the correct number of how many there were. So 2 plus 2 plus 2, but I got that 10 times. 3 plus 3 plus 3, 111 times. If I added all that up that many times, I get 2,034. So that's how many lines I had. But I'm trying to figure out the average number of lines per game, which means I also have to know how many games I have, which is this column, right? That's how many games I've played. that is 488. I think that's 488. Okay. So, if I have 2,034 total lines over 488 total games, I can do the average by dividing those two numbers. So the average is going to be the sum of the x's divided by n, which is 2034 divided by 488. I need my calculator, my ruler calculator. Thank you, Brookstone, for one more calculation. And I get about 4.16. On the presentation, I had it 4.1, and I'm wondering if one of these calculations I did wrong or read wrong off the screen, because my eyes are old like the rest of me, and I may have pulled one of those numbers off wrong. But even better, there's a lot of potential for error in how I just did that, because I had to look at the screen and I had to carry numbers over. I did this math in my head. Hopefully it was right. Might not be. Some of it might not be anyway. So let's go to Excel and show you how to do it in Excel, because you can't just use the average command. It won't work with group data. So you have to basically do what we just did here. Even though Sheets has a formula that will do this, Excel does not. So I will show you in Excel how to do it now. Let's check it out. Okay, my friends. So let's figure out how to do these measures of center, in particular the average, from the graph in Excel. We did it on the board just now, but God knows I probably made a math error somewhere in there. So we're just going to replicate what I did on the board, but we're going to do it in a spreadsheet instead. Now, we don't have to do the median and the mode, because Hannah showed us how to do the median and Mikhail showed us how to do the mode. So let's worry about the average. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this picture, and I've just got a blank Excel document open here, and I'm going to paste the picture so I have a reference. All right, now over here, I'm going to type, just like I did on the board, number of lines. I'm kind of a dork, I like centering everything. I'm going to bold underline that. Okay, I'm going to do frequency, and I'm going to how about frequency? There we go. And I'm going to do, just like I did on the board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my data. And the frequencies are 0, 10, 1, 11. I hope these are the same ones I wrote on the board. They look much clearer on my screen. My eyes are really going. 44. Okay, I don't need this anymore. All right. So now I got to do over here, a number of lines, I guess, number times frequency. So I'm going to put that in this column. And what's cool about this is I don't have to use my my solar-powered Brookstone calculator. I can just go equals that number times that number. If you had me in Math 98 or Math 105, this is the kind of stuff we did all the time. And then I can just drag that formula down, which is kind of rad. So now we're going to get all those numbers. Oh, I did do it right. I did it right on the board. At least I think those are the numbers I got. Okay, and then the last thing I have to do is I have to add up that column and add up this column separately. So I'm just going to do that with the sum command. I'm going to click right under here, equals sum, and I'm going to add up all the numbers above it. Okay, 488. I don't remember if that's what I got on the board. I guess I don't have to type it again, do I? I could just drag it to the right. Drag that formula over. I don't remember if these are the numbers I got. I think they were. I can increase the size a little bit, maybe. There we go. And then the average, average is just going to be that number divided by that number. Boom. So yeah, I guess I did do it right. It's about 4.2. I said it was 4.1 in the PowerPoint, but it looks like it's closer to 4.2. Still pretty close to 4 for the median and the mode. So that's how you do a weighted average in Excel. So when you do the Old Faithful homework, I've already got the data for you in Excel. I've got, now there's only one difference. You're not going to have this column. You're going to have to add that column if you want to do it. So you're going to have something that looks like this, but there's going to be a space in between here because these aren't going to be whole numbers in this column here. They're going to be ranges. And I think the smallest range might be something like 60 to 65 or something like that. And then 65 to 70. And then I think it keeps going like that, like 70 to 75, and then so forth and so on. And explain in the homework how to actually deal with that. We dealt with it today actually in class a couple times, but you may have forgotten. So, all right, my friends, I think that's enough to get you going on the homework.